Greetings. I'm here to introduce you to VP 359229.1 and point 2, a part and counterpart of a Mazon Creek nodule, which arrived at the Milwaukee Public Museum along with thousands of other rocks, minerals, and fossils in a donation from an ambitious and energetic amateur collector named Robert Callis. Robert grew up in the Beloit, Wisconsin area, which is on the border of Wisconsin and Illinois, and was an avid fossil collector at a young age. After high school, he turned his fossil and rock collecting into a small business supplying teachers and schools with fossils and rock samples for science classes. When he passed away, his inventory was donated to the Milwaukee Public Museum. So in 1987, a semi pulled into the museum's loading dock to unload thousands of specimens. Many of these were nodules from the Mazon Creek sites. As some of you may know, the late Carboniferous Mazon Creek Lagerstätte is exceptional for the diversity and abundance of preserved fauna and flora found within the concretions, or siderite concretions, which are made of iron carbonate mineral. These nodules need to be split or cracked to expose the fossil within them. The nodules occur in a rock unit known as the Francis Creek Shale that lies above the Colchester coal beds in northeastern Illinois. The Francis Creek Shale is of Middle Pennsylvanian age, approximately 310 million years old. At the time of deposition, the Mazon Creek area in Illinois was near the equator, and present-day continents formed one large landmass. Decades of coal mining removed the overlying shale with its nodules, leaving spoil piles of shale accessible. And this led to a novel hobby, concretion collecting. It became very popular to hunt for fossils, and common names were applied to different animals in the concretions, like the tummy-tooth worm. So millions of nodules have been rescued from weathering and reburial by amateur collectors, including donor Robert Callis. The flats of concretions collected by Mr. Callis waited for years before attention was given to cleaning, sorting, and labeling them. In 2012, it was the Mazon specimen's time for attention. Two geology students, Justin Calhoun from UW-Milwaukee and Daryl Johnson from Whitewater, volunteered to do an initial sort of the thousands of nodules and put them in general groups. Then in 2016, the great sorting began, and no sorting hat was involved. A group of knowledgeable volunteers came from the heart of Mazon country in Illinois to volunteer to put labels on the group that had been sorted out as animals. These volunteers included Andrew Young, Bruce Lauer, Marie Agnew, and Richard Holm. And Paul Mayer from the Field Museum popped in a few times also. In some cases, these volunteers were able to reunite halves of nodules that had been separated in the sorting. Hundreds of specimens were processed and a few treasures were discovered, including this rare aquatic tetrapod, a likely Lysorophian. Only a few examples of this group are known. This specimen should add to the scientific knowledge of the group. The specimen is currently on loan to Carleton University, Ottawa, for study by Arjan Mann, a doctoral student who specializes in Permo-Carboniferous tetrapod evolution, with a focus on Mazon tetrapods. This specimen, like many in the museums across the world, would have remained undiscovered without the aid of citizen scientists. Thank you.